Hi. So I have an update on this story. Let me start by saying I did not expect this video to get this many views. Typically, my videos that get this many views, which at the time that I'm making this update clip, the video is now at about 10,000 views. Usually when a video of mine gets more than 10,000 views, it's a gay travel video and it takes a while to get to 10,000 views. But those are like evergreen videos, meaning I find that with my channel, the gay travel videos get a lot of long-term traction because people are, I guess, curious about what gay travel is like in Paris versus in Cairo, Egypt, and so on. Or the videos that I have with adult stars, we'll say. Because naturally those, grab eyeballs. So I just want to start by saying I'm really grateful for how many of you guys watched this video, shared it, liked it, and commented. It was really heartwarming, honestly, to realize like, oh, all I need to do is tell stories from my couch, and that is enough to entertain an audience. It was a really cool thing for me to learn that I don't need a lot of hoopla. I don't need to interview somebody. I don't need to travel to XYZ place. All I need is to tell an honest, vulnerable story. And yes, of course, there are always naysayers in the comments who have something snarky to say. I think I'm getting better with that, by the way, because I finally noticed that they always have anonymous profiles. So I'm like, maybe these people just like do this all day. They just go and troll. But as some of you guys know, I have actually stopped telling as many personal stories on this channel as I used to, particularly in a dating context, because it did affect me when people would keep chiming in about like personal stuff. That feels different from somebody giving their opinion on something that is not like, that I'm not emotionally tethered to, like, let's say, what my thoughts are on gay travel in Paris versus Amsterdam. Like that, you're not going to really offend me. But people saying like, clearly you're the problem in this dating story does affect me. So I say all that to say, I took the comments of this video to heart. I noticed that many of them, I would say maybe even the majority of ones that were offering feedback and their own perspective of this story that I shared, a good portion of the comments were like, no, this one was on you. Like you self-sabotage this. And when you reached back out to this guy, you really should have been totally open and transparent instead of giving up after a few messages when he didn't seem that interested. So I wanted to share this update because I took it to heart and I thought, you know what? They're right. They're right. I made it that far. Instead of just considering my own point of view and my own perspective, I should think more like this guy that I talked about, Adrian, I called him in the video. I should consider that he might also have his own complexes, especially if he is gay. He might not, he maybe didn't know where I was coming from and was hesitant. And so I thought, you know what? Nothing to lose. That was one of the themes of this video, right? Nothing to lose. So I reached back out to him and I said, hey, I know it took me a while to get back to you. I'm sorry for that. The reason is I honestly didn't know how to respond to you. But the truth is, I wasn't reaching out about the running club. I did that to be discreet because this is, I reached out through your work. So I wanted to be respectful of that, meaning I didn't know that he was behind the work account. But the truth is I would like to get to know you. And maybe my instincts are off, but I have nothing to lose. Here's my number. He left me on red and never responded or reached out. So my conclusion is that my instincts were right from the curt, responses that I received from him on Instagram, that he just wasn't interested. But on the other hand, I'm glad that I closed the loop on it and tried and did my put in my effort to make an effort with a guy that I felt something with on that boat. Now, was he ever interested? I don't know. Maybe indeed he got turned off that I didn't pounce at the time when he said, let's stay in touch. But again, maybe I totally misread this whole thing, and maybe he was just saying that to be polite or to get a tip. Who knows? But I'm glad that I tried and that I pursued an instinct that I had, which was, I think there's something with this guy. I want to see what this is about. And as I mentioned in the video, I am trying to do this more. I'm trying to rely more on these in-person instincts versus doing what I've become so accustomed to doing, which I think many of you probably have also, especially of my generation and younger, which is relying on apps for these impersonal dialogues that really historically have always been very personal and very intimate in person, right? That is why I'm saying that I want to develop these instincts more in person, because there was a time where that was your only option, right? It didn't work out with this guy, but it was an interesting experience nonetheless, and hopefully an entertaining story. But I wanted to share with you guys this update for those of you who were left wondering, what now? Or why didn't you close the loop and get a final sort of response? I reach out and silence is golden, right? Silence is a response. It just wasn't meant to be. Thanks for watching this video. If you're new to my channel, thank you for making it this far. And for those of you who are subscribed, thank you as always for tuning in, listening to my rants, and I'll catch you next time.